right, let's get into the trending topic, shall we? So let's have a look and see what is at the top. Obviously, the FIFA World Cup. I mean, it is, we've been waiting for it, and last night it started. So beautiful opening ceremony, I must say, that they put together. I know you didn't have electricity, right? Or did you?
But I did
you
catch
manage
up
to get
later.
something?
You see what I did?
Yeah.
I realized Eskom might be an enemy of progress and enjoyment. So I was like, let me power up all my devices and just be ready. And something just said to me, you know what? Go easy on the entire opening ceremony, because for the past 2 days or so, Eskom has been leaving us in the dark for longer than they are supposed to.
Yes.
So you're talking about 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. And that was a good call, because we were out for 5 hours yesterday, from 5 until 10. But I did manage to watch.
Okay,
I catch up on some of it.
Well, that's the main thing. So look, they put on a spectacular show as Qatar sort of welcomes everybody to the World Cup, and we start watching. I mean, they had performances by, I think it was Jungkook. That was the big one. I think he's a guy from BTS. So you can imagine everyone is a fan of BTS. Well, I mean, I don't know much about them, but the world seems to love them. And of course, Morgan Freeman was also stealing the spotlight there as he narrated the whole thing, and lots of messaging there. It was a beautiful start. Then, of course, here's some of the visuals from there. So it was a magnificent opening cup, and just paying gratitude to all those that hosted it before, and those teams that are playing here. So yeah, Qatar putting on a great show there.
The fireworks were spectacular.
Just unbelievable. It really was. But we didn't expect anything less. Certainly not. This is going to definitely be a big show, and they're going all out to show it.
Yeah. Next one, RIP DJ Somebody, and we saw this in the news as well. DJ Somebody there, of course, gunned down early hours of yesterday morning in what is now discussed as being a hit, allegedly, because if you look at the number of rounds that were fired, and it was clear that, you know, it was personal and he needed to be done with.
Wow. All right, that's a very sad one, and we've got that in the news, so we'll update you on it as well. Here's another awful story. It's this rest in peace, justice for Bafana Sithole. I mean, this is so sad that this young life has been taken, and you know, the story goes pretty much so that this young boy Bafana Sithole was falsely accused, or so they say, of rape, which basically led him to suicide. And only once this had happened, you know, then the girl who accused him of rape said, "No, but I was only joking. This wasn't. He didn't rape me. It was just a joke." And I mean, there's a whole sort of thread of all of it, and what he said, and how he wrote a letter just saying, you know, how he can't take it anymore, being accused of this, and how sad he is, and he just wants to go.
The letter to his mom was absolutely heartbreaking, and you know, he continuously reiterates how much he loves his mom, but he couldn't, you know, come to terms with the fact that he could possibly be arrested for something that he did not do. And he starts off that letter by saying, you know, I will haunt you. I hope this haunts you, to this girl. And it's an absolutely horrific story.
Terrible, terrible. Creole High School learner Bafana Sithole hanged himself, and just so sad. It really is. But then of course Eskom. I mean, Eskom is it really is. I mean, it's getting more and more ridiculous as the days go by. So we had the load shedding suspended for yesterday, a little bit of yesterday, and then bang, they were preparing us for the notice that they sent out, just showing what the week holds in store for us. And basically, it's a mixture between stages 3, 4, and 5. So just be ready for no electricity.
The thing about Eskom is, Eskom has indicated that they have run out of money for diesel, and all those the gas turbines are not, they're not buying diesel. They simply do not have the money. They said that they spent around 11 billion rand on diesel, and they simply don't have any more money. They're not going to do this, so things are going to get worse. South Africa.
And that was about it. And they basically just say that I mean, Chris Yelland was the one coming out, and he said he'd had a conversation with Sikonati Manchancha, and saying that there is absolutely nothing, no orders, and if there is, the next shipment that arrives is in April 2023. That was one of the things he was saying. So until then, there's nothing on order.
So, and looking at the backlash from that, because Sekonati was very emphatic in terms of what Chris Yelland was sharing, in terms of those answers about the diesel. We don't have the money, it's not going to happen. Essentially, you've got to live with it. And then there was Public Enterprises released a statement. This was yesterday, and it says that government and Eskom will find money for diesel.
Okay.
So arising from serious concern about the risk of higher levels of load shedding in the coming months, the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, on Sunday evening had an urgent meeting with the Eskom board members led by the chairperson, and they will now be looking for this money in order to buy diesel.
Wow. All right. Well, if you want more on it, go have a look at Chris Yelland. He had that conversation. He put it out on Twitter, and then we see there's a bit of something more to the conversation that's been released there.